Hello, I figured I would do a tag video since this channel's kind of being revamped. I've had this channel for a long time, but I took down all of my old videos, and some of you probably know like nothing about me unless you know me from social media. So figured I'd do the goth tag since a lot of people have done that, and I know it's an old one, so that's like a double reason to do it. Oh, I have my laptop right here, that's why I'm looking down. How long have I been goth? It depends on what you consider goth, but I've been into darkly inclined things since I was about 11, and I mean, I was like a weird kid. Like, I liked weird stuff before that, but like, I started getting into like Edgar Allan Poe and like weird stuff when I was 11. I had a bit of a scene phase. I had a bit of an emo phase. You know, I had the gradual phasing into gothiness. In fact, when I was younger, I couldn't figure out what I was, so I called myself Ceno-goth. And that's my favorite thing that I've ever said about myself. Yeah, I dyed my hair black when I was 11. Or no, yeah, 12. I was 12. And I was getting into weird music then. So, I started dressing more like this around middle school, so 14-ish. How was I introduced to goth? Well, my dad is a darkly inclined person, so I would say that he kind of introduced me to the spookier things, you know, like horror movies, and a lot of his friends were goth, so I was just around goth people. What gothic subgenre would you put yourself in? I don't know, because I change my fashion so often. Like, here in a month on this channel, you'll probably see me looking like a completely different person. I change around too much to put myself in a subgenre, but if I do a little bit of research and I resonate with some of them currently, I will put them on the screen somewhere. What do you believe to be the basis of the goth subculture? Well, before I got into the music, I was into the fashion. So, I mean, some people would say that the music is the most important part of the subculture, and sorry, I gotta adjust my camera. And I wouldn't disagree with that. But as I said, before I got into the music, I was into the fashion. The fashion introduced me to the music. So I feel like you can dress goth without being into the gothic arts, or you could be into the gothic arts without dressing goth. And I think that it's just a thing, you know? What do you dislike about being goth? I dislike that my family is disappointed in me. They are disappointed in me for many different reasons. They kind of suck, you know, but this was the first thing that they were disappointed in me about, because it was the first weird, not Baptist, crazy Lutheran mess. Like, it was the first out-of-the-box thing that I did, was dye my hair black and start wearing different clothes. What do my parents think of it? What did I just say? My mom hates it. She thinks I'm a devil worshiper. My dad is darkly inclined, but he found reasons to be mad at me because he is like that. Eyebrows or no eyebrows? Sometimes I grow them back, but right now I'm rocking no eyebrows because I need some space to do some things, you know. What is your favorite band? I have a list of favorite bands that I'm going to put on the screen because I know I'm going to forget some, but I can tell you that my favorite goth-related bands would be Bauhaus, Mephisto Waltz, and and I don't know the exact subgenre, but I really like Ministry and stuff like Ministry. You know, I like Riot Girl stuff like Jack Off Jill and Hole. I think that David Bowie is probably my all-time favorite artist. Nobody has ever influenced me more than David Bowie, so. That didn't answer the question. I don't know what my favorite band is right now. I'm sorry. I think as a band and not just a solid artist right now is probably Bauhaus. My opinion on Marilyn Manson. Okay, this is a loaded one. Growing up, I was not allowed to listen to Marilyn Manson. Like, he was the absolute worst. Sorry, I'm holding a concealer. The absolute worst thing that I could do is listen to Marilyn Manson. So guess what I did? I waited about a year after my mom told me that, because she saw that I was getting into the subculture. And she said, don't listen to Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson is the worst thing that you could do to me. And I just saw that CD behind me. So of course I had to start listening to Marilyn Manson. And in fact, one of the first times I ever listened to Marilyn Manson, I on purpose did it in front of her in the car to see what her reaction would be, so I could like kind of judge, like, you know, like when I could listen to him. And she was like, why are you listening to that? It was a dope show, and I was like playing a game on my iPod, and I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, that's Marilyn Manson, what are you doing? And I was like, it's part of the game, what are you talking about? Because I didn't want to like get in trouble. And so that, it's a little mini story. So I used to be super into Marilyn Manson, and a lot of his music has touched me in ways that other music is not capable of doing. He has inspired me fashion-wise quite a bit growing up. David Bowie and Marilyn Manson were my main two dudes for a while growing up, because I'm a trans person, non-binary person, he, him, please use those pronouns. But I was Marilyn Manson and David Bowie were two people that I looked up to because they were androgynous and they made weird music, you know, and so I really looked up to them. And Marilyn Manson in particular has had some amazing albums. The older I get, however, I don't like him as much as I used to. I used to have a massive crush on him, and I used to be a giant Marilyn Manson fangirl, but now that I'm older, I'm seeing he's a little bit goofy. He's a little bit goofy, and although I still like his older music, when he's putting out stuff now, I mean, I know he's getting older, but it's a little embarrassing, and that doesn't mean that I don't like it. It's just his behavior is embarrassing. He's done some things that are unforgivable. He's kind of not a good guy, and I am all about separating the person from the music, so I still listen to his music, but as a person, I don't think he's a great person, and I would not want to be his friend. Just would not want to be his friend is basically it, but I do like his music, and it has, like I said, touched me in different ways than other music has in the past. So that was a long one. Sorry. What were my baby bat days like? A whole lot of shit from my parents, and a whole lot of coontails in my hair, a whole lot of sneaking, being goth, you know? Doing my makeup on the school bus, you know, taking it off before I got home, wearing fake piercings during the school day, taking them out when I got home. I stretched my ears in secret, hid my hair over my ears, just hide my ears. I dyed my hair without permission and have not seen my natural hair color since. My makeup was very thick, black, blocky. I don't regret any of my baby bat anything. It was a whole lot of watching makeup tutorials and trying to learn about the subculture and, you know, typical baby bat stuff. And I don't like calling it baby bat at all, you know? That's kind of weird because I could still be considered a baby bat because I've only been into the subculture for what, 8 years? And some people have been in it for a long time and they could call me a baby bat because I'm, you know, it's not been forever. So yeah, that's the goth tag, and I'm sorry that this was scattered, and I did not write down any of my answers, so that's why I'm all you know, trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. But I hope that you liked this video, and I'm gonna do another tag video here shortly, and I'll probably be wearing the same makeup, trying to pump out some videos, get my channel to grow. But I hope you liked this. I hope that you feel like you want to subscribe, and if you don't, then I guess that's fine. But thank you for watching. See ya.